10:16 right now, and our next guest went viral in 2019 after she tweeted a mock brochure on why she's single. So let me take a look at it. Now she's written a book called Single and Forced to Mingle to help you handle awkward situations while dating in a very clever and funny way. We could use that advice, especially in 2021. Please welcome the author of that book, Melissa Croce. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So let's start at the beginning of your journey with that viral tweet, right? That single brochure got thousands of likes on Twitter. So we're going to throw it up right now. What sparked you to create it?
Sure. So while I do live in New York, I'm originally from the Seattle area, and I was flying back on the weekend to go to my cousin's wedding. And I was joking around in my office with some coworkers, and we're, all about the same age. Most of us are single, and we were sort of like exchanging, sort of like single and dating woes and kind of about how some of our friends and family kind of, give us a hard time about it a little bit. So I was joking, I was like, I'm going to this wedding, going to be seeing a lot of family and friends. I know what questions they're going to have about dating and, people's perceptions about living in New York. So I was like, I should just make a brochure, hand it out, and then, hightail it to the bar.
Yeah.
I kind of decided to continue the joke. So I made the brochure and I was like, I'm going to put it online and like my 5 coworkers will see it and that will be the end of that. And that's not exactly what happened.
Yeah, seriously. And then it went viral. I mean, it went crazy. So that then led to you writing this book called Single and Forced to Mingle. I think I know what the premise is here, but give viewers a little inside look at the book.
Sure. So I call it kind of like a guidebook that's, it's written in a humorous way, but it gives you sort of like part advice, but then, part sort of more like silly, self-deprecating, as you said, humor about being single and how, being single is actually really, really awesome.
It is.
As fun as dating can be, living your own life on your own, that's a lot of fun.
Isn't that something?
I wanted to bring that to
right? You don't need to pressure to this whole notion that you have to be in a relationship. Some people choose to be single. So the book has interactive elements as well. So what inspired you to create? What I liked about it was the fill in the blank template, some quizzes, activities for singles. Like what's part of the quiz?
Walk us through part what?
Part of the quiz.
Part of the quiz. Oh, about being single. Yeah. So I loved all of the different interactive elements. I didn't want it to just be a book of essays, sort of me preaching about being single. I kind of wanted to showcase different fun parts. Like there was one, interactive part about like, if you went through a breakup, like what chain restaurant should you go to like drown your sorrows in? And, what, build your own, benefits plan. And I'll give you a fake significant other to talk about at a family event.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wanted to look at all different aspects of single, whether you've been single for a while, whether you just are fresh off of a breakup, that sort of a thing.
Yeah, I liked that, what you can do with your partner and what you can do if you're single. So in the book, you managed to discuss really the ups and downs too, right? Because there are some ups and downs to it, humor and some emotions. For example, the single calendar. So why is it important to really address both sides of the issue for you?
I think it's because, being single and being in a relationship are kind of, 2 sides of the same coin. They're not as sort of dissimilar as you would think. So I think it's important for people to know what days they can celebrate as a single person.
Every day.
And then what days where it's like, oh God, like, the jeweler commercials are going to be like on full throttle on TV. So just so you know, you're not crazy if you think, you're like, why do I keep seeing ads for like K jewelers? It's like
every kiss begins with K.
Yes. It's because there's, I believe, 2 different sort of proposal days. There's like an engagement day and like a proposal day, which I think is bananas.
Gosh.
So,
God, I love those commercials. I also love the commercials where it's like, honey, I bought you a car with like a big bow. I mean, like, really? I'm going to put a big bow in a car and buy it for myself. So what advice would you give someone who is single, right? Because I'm single and I'm constantly asked that big question of why.
Right. And that's kind of where the brochure came from because, it's a choose your own adventure because there are multiple reasons and they can all be true simultaneously, or maybe one's true at one time. I would say that, if people ask you, why you're single, you know, you can just simply just say, because I like it. You know, I don't think that you owe people a huge long explanation. And I don't know if you've experienced this, but the longer you go in it through an explanation, people are like, oh, you're just being defensive now. So I honestly think that they're like, I don't believe you, you're protesting too much.
Right.
So honestly, I say keep it short, keep it sweet, and then change the subject very quickly.
Yeah,
So,
I've decided my new thing when somebody says, why are you single? I'm saying, well, why are you not? You know, it's
right, why are you married?
Exactly. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds? Why are you married?
Exactly.
It's the same premise of why are you single. Melissa, I love you. I want to bring in the whole group right now to chat with you a bit because I just think it's phenomenal. Are we bringing in the group? Yeah?
Do you honestly want to bring in the group on this topic?
This is all you,
I mean,
Dan.
as long as you don't ask me why I'm single, that's fine.
Well, you can say, why are you married now? You can just...
Right, exactly.
With the comeback.
But Melissa, do you find that the book will help people who may not choose to be single but are looking for some guidance on how not to be?
Oh, I think so, because I think, you know, if you're happy in your life being single and having a whole life, then, you know, hopefully that can translate to when you aren't single and you are in a relationship, you know. I found that being single forces me to sort of look at other aspects of my life and other relationships, like friendships and with my family, and focusing on strengthening those. And I think that can only help when you know, decide that you want a romantic relationship
That's
one
right.
day.
I love it. Anybody?
I like it. No.
I just feel like you learn a lot about yourself from somebody else when you're with each other. Do you find that you're missing that component in your life where you're not learning more about... You're learning about yourself because you're on your own, but, pardon, you don't learn about yourself because you're bouncing off of a partner?
Sure. I definitely think that there is probably a specific dynamic that you do miss out on. But again, I think that you can get a lot of that from your platonic relationships as well. I think that people sometimes take for granted that, you know, friendship should be, you know, easy all of the time, and they're not. And so I think that the work that you put into other relationships and other facets of your life can also show you things about yourself, how you communicate, what you find important, all of that.
I like it.
I think the key there is work. It all, you know, all these relationships, it requires work, and sometimes a lot of us think, oh, well, it's hard. It's just supposed to be easy. No, it's
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So
Did
thanks
your
for bringing that
viral
up.
tweet get you anybody slide into your DMs?
Oh, not like that. Honestly, people slid into my DMs and they were like, so how did you go viral? Can you give me any tips? And I was like, I can't help you there. I'm sorry. That I don't know.
Because you know somebody to your left slid into somebody's DMs and
It worked.
And it worked.
It was
And
a
it
match.
worked. It worked. It was a match. Hi, Melissa. You can't see me, but I'm in the Brady Bunch box with you. But I co-sign with everything you stand for and you believe in. And
Yeah.
I'm already getting the, oh, so you and your boyfriend have been together now for so long. Is there talk about? And I'm like, don't even
yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
Don't even go
There's
there.
this
I'm perfectly
timeline.
happy just being happy
Right.
and just being
Totally.
like this.
And that's
Enjoy
a
it.
beautiful state to be in.
Curtain
It really
Goldie.
is. No
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
Melissa,
And
thank
I think
you.
that's so valid. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. It is valid. Thank you so much though, and congrats on the book, and congrats on going viral.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. This
Of
has been a lot
course.
of fun.
Yeah.